Bartuc the Warlord of Blood makes his way back into Diablo IV in Season 10. In this video, I'm going to talk about why lore nerds like myself are really excited about this, and we'll touch on Bartuc's origins and his appearances in the games. First off, Bartuc walked Sanctuary during a period of time that was 1500 years before Diablo IV, and he lived in an era called the Mage Clan Wars. See, back then, Kyrgyzstan had multiple different mage clans, and the three major ones were the Vizjurai clan, the Inuit clan, and the Ennead clan. So the Ennead clan, they were masters of transmutation, creating things like clockwork golems, the Harada Cube, for example, as well as Kanai's Cube, and Zoltan Kuhl is a famous member of that group. The Inuit clan, they were master illusionists, and you could see some of this in Diablo 3's Act 2, where you have some illusionary walls and bridges hidden by illusions in the first part of that act that Irena, the enchantress, helps us to dispel. And lastly is the Vizjurai. So the Vizjurai were also dubbed as the Spirit Clan, and they dabbled in spirits similarly to how necromancers and druids commune with spirits, except their methods were mostly based on researching the necromancer or priest of Rathma and the druids of Skazglin's methods. However, one day an unremarkable mage in the Vizjurai named Jere Harash, in a feat of rage, was able to summon a spirit or creature unlike Sanctuary seen before. And that was a demon. Yes, the Vizjurai clan are how demons were introduced to Sanctuary and found out about it. At this point, the Vizjurai started summoning many demons and using them in battle, to which the other mage clans greatly frowned upon. Eventually, this started the Mage Clan Wars, where all of the mage clans, the two major ones, the Inuit, the Ennead, and a couple others, it's even said that the necromancers and the druids may have participated in this as well, all grouped together to fight against the Vizjurai and their demons. And one of these Vizjurai commanders, the most brutal of all, was named Bartuc and nicknamed the Warlord of Blood. Bartuc's demons were so powerful and ruthless, but they had no sense of control. When they were released in battle, they decimated absolutely everyone and everything, innocent and guilty alike. This got so bad that Bartuc began losing his mind, bathing himself in the blood of his enemies, both human and demon alike. And this led him to gain unholy power and also cursed his armor to almost become sentient. Now, Bartuc started to lose his mind more and more the more he associated with these demons, to the point that he believed they were superior to humanity and should be worshipped for great reward from Hell's masters. At this point, another great mage of the Vizjurai clan, Horizon, who was Bartuc's brother, brought his concerns to the council, and as a result, they all stripped Bartuc from his ranks. Now, this didn't stop Bartuc. All he did was turn around and wage his own war against his former Vizjurai clan, summoning his demons to ruthlessly destroy villages surrounding castle towns, to choke them of their supplies, and then siege those towns, leaving nothing and no one alive. Bartuc was considered to be so ruthless that upon finding a Vizjurai spy, he decimated the spy in front of his demon servants and used the body of the spy as a candle holder, scaring the demons who served under him. Eventually, Bartuc decided to charge into the Vizjurai capital city itself, Vizjun, where his brother, who was hiding out amassing his forces in the Arcane Sanctuary, which we see in Diablo II and which Horizon created, met him in battle and defeated his brother, but not without losing the lives of hundreds of thousands of Vizjurai within that capital city. With Bartuc laying dead, Horizon knew the corruption and unholiness that seeped through his brother's veins due to his blood rituals, as well as the armor itself. So he demanded that Bartuc's head become decapitated and buried away far from the reach of any humans, because he truly believed that even death would not stop Bartuc's vengeance. There is a story of how Bartuc almost came back to the living when his armor nearly possessed an individual, and you could read this story in the novel Legacy of Blood, written by Richard A. Knack. Now, in the games themselves, a version of Bartuc first appeared in Diablo I as the Warlord of Blood. He's considered an executioner of hell here, and his biography states, "The armies of hell are home to the Warlord of Blood. In his wake lay the mutilated bodies of thousands. Angels and men alike have been cut down to fulfill his endless sacrifices to the Dark Ones who scream for one thing, blood." Pretty intense. And then in Diablo 2, when we fight Belial in the Throne of Destruction, he summons many waves of minions at us. And one of those waves are council members that we originally saw in Travancore who served Mephisto. However, one of these council members is called Bartuc the Bloody. Now, people weren't 100% sure if this was the same Vizjerai Bartuc, Warlord of Blood, but since in Diablo IV he's appearing now in the Infernal Hordes alongside with the Fel Council, we can safely assume that Bartuc the Bloody in Diablo 2 is indeed the Warlord of Blood manifested as a council member. Now, we also see Bartuc's name appear on an assassin claw called Bartuc's Cutthroat in Diablo 2. And then in Diablo 3, although Bartuc doesn't make an appearance, Bartuc's Cutthroat reappears in Season 24 as an itherael item. And it has this description: "No amount of blood could quench the Warlord's thirst. The memory of his hand reaches for one more throat." And of course, in Diablo 4, he is reintroduced now in Season 10 as Bartuc, the Warlord of Chaos. He appears in the Infernal Hordes as a final choice after you clear all the waves. You could spend 666 ether to opt to fight him instead of the Fel Council, and he is a great source of chaotic, unique loot that was introduced in Season 10. If you guys enjoy Diablo lore and stories like this is the right channel for you, so be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see more videos every week, including Diablo 4 tips, tricks, and guides. Also, I do stream Monday through Friday, so if you have any lore questions or want to join in on Diablo 4 community runs where we always help each other out, feel free to follow me on Twitch as well. Thank you all for watching. Special thanks to all my supporters. Until next week.